Welcome back to the Ancestral Findings podcast. In this episode, we'll delve into how a single mother's gunshot catalyzed the first major land battle of the American Civil War. Let's discover the sequence of events that led thousands of Union and Confederate troops to this location. On June 3, 1861, at precisely 4:30 a.m., a lone gunshot reverberated across the hills of Philippi, Virginia, now West Virginia. This shot, not discharged by a soldier, but by a mother named Matilda Humphrey, unbeknownst to her, would kindle the first significant land battle of the American Civil War. Let's examine how Matilda Humphrey's shot set in motion a series of events involving thousands of Union and Confederate troops. As the Civil War dawned, the critical role of railroads and infrastructure such as bridges became apparent to both factions. General George B. McClellan, recognizing this, deployed over 3,000 Union troops to Grafton, situated 13 miles north of Philippi, to guard the Baltimore and Ohio Railroad. Concerned about a strategic covered bridge in Philippi, he also dispatched Colonel Ebenezer Dumont and 1,400 men to dislodge the Confederates. En route to Philippi, Colonel Dumont's men grappled with formidable challenges. After arriving by train in Webster, 5 miles west of Grafton, they embarked on a strenuous march through rough terrain, compounded by a relentless downpour. Despite these adversities, they ultimately arrived at Philippi outskirts. Matilda Humphrey, a resident of Philippi, spotted the approaching Union troops. In a bid to safeguard her son Oliver, who was poised to alert the local Confederate forces, Matilda, fraught with fear for his safety, aimed her pistol at the Union soldiers and discharged a shot, hoping to deter them from apprehending her son. Union Colonel Frederick Lander, under orders to hold fire until a signal shot rang out, misconstrued Matilda's gunshot as this cue. He promptly commanded his artillery to commence firing. The thunderous sound of cannons caught Confederate Commander Colonel George Porterfield and his 900 inexperienced recruits off guard, prompting an evacuation. Thus, the Battle of Philippi began. Prior to the war, Philippi was a tranquil town, its residents divided in their views on slavery and secession. The arrival of Dumont's Union forces escalated tensions, heralding an air of looming conflict. Locals, like Matilda Humphrey, were thrust into making pivotal decisions affecting their families and their roles in the war. Before his Civil War fame, General George B. McClellan had distinguished himself in the Mexican-American War as a competent engineer. His early decisions to fortify Grafton and Philippi demonstrated his astute grasp of their strategic significance. A politician and lawyer by trade, Colonel Ebenezer Dumont's role in the Battle of Philippi marked one of his initial military engagements, showcasing his nascent tactical prowess. Tasked with leading a contingent of largely untrained recruits, Confederate Colonel George Porterfield faced the daunting challenge of defending Philippi against the Union onslaught. He was unprepared for the sudden artillery barrage that morning. Securing Philippi was crucial for controlling key routes and ensuring safe transit for Union troops and supplies. The Baltimore and Ohio Railroad's security was paramount to the Union's war effort. Though modest in scale by Civil War standards, the Union's strategic use of artillery proved decisive, compelling the Confederates to withdraw. This skirmish culminated in a minor Union triumph, setting the stage for more significant confrontations. The Confederate withdrawal from Philippi diminished Southern influence in the region. Conversely, the Union victory bolstered Northern morale and temporarily enhanced McClellan's standing. Despite its relative obscurity and scale, the Battle of Philippi had enduring implications. It underscored the role of civilian involvement in the war and heightened awareness of unforeseen factors influencing military outcomes. The Battle of Philippi, often overshadowed in Civil War chronicles, was profoundly influenced by Matilda Humphrey's shot. It serves as a testament to the chaos characterizing the Civil War, emphasizing the significant roles civilians, particularly women, unwittingly played during these tumultuous times. While Matilda Humphrey's intention was merely to protect her son, her action precipitated a cascade of unforeseen events that stretched far beyond that fateful morning in Philippi. Her gunshot exemplifies how the fog of war can swiftly convolute even the most meticulously crafted strategies. Hence, while generals and soldiers frequently dominate Civil War narratives, it's crucial to acknowledge how a single mother's panicked shot could ignite the first significant land conflict of this devastating war. Thanks for tuning in to the Ancestral Findings podcast. If you want more resources and special goodies, head to ancestralfindings.com. You can snag a free genealogy ebook there, request a complimentary lookup, and even join our weekly historical postcard giveaway. It's a goldmine for all you family history buffs out there. Your support by listening to our podcast truly means the world to us. If you'd like to help in other ways, consider supporting us through Patreon or PayPal. Every contribution goes a long way in bringing you valuable content and keeping our free genealogy lookup service alive. From the Ancestral Findings team, my wife and I, we want to express our gratitude for being a vital part of our family history community since 1995. I wish you a fantastic day, and as always, happy searching.